Hello guys, welcome to our next tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be talking about colors. I know in the last I'll be talking about pictures rather. Last tutorial we talked about color, and then BG color, RGB color. But I had a post from in our YouTube channel from Moditesi. Yes, I guess Moditesi. She says, does she have to really guess the RGB colors, or you have to really be specific on which number to use to represent each color? Okay, so let me get my Notepad++ running. First and foremost, I think I still have something reference. Okay, this on my link. So when you're working with RGB colors, you should be specific on what you want. But if you don't know any color at all, you can be advised, or you are advised to maybe go online and then check what each RGB color represents. So, but I can go ahead to test my RGB color. For instance, going to my background color. I think style starts the whole thing. Style is equal to my background color, my regular color. Yeah. Then instead of having red, you have RGB, and then your parentheses, and then you can specify 30, 45, 20. So these values I'm giving, I don't know exactly what color is going to produce, so I'm actually mixing different colors to see the output. But when I run this program, you see okay, now this is the color it produces, right? So you use the RGB colors because you want your colors to look presentable, not really a sharp color but something presentable. So you change each values based on your taste or your desire to really know, probably just instead of having, let's say, 255 to produce, imagine me having 255, and you know 255 value of 255 represent red, and then you see I'm increasing the concentration of the red, then it's going to give me a higher or a bit sharper color than usual. So because I have 255 as my red, so it tells me that my red must complete. So despite the fact that I have other values in this place, it is not too visible, except I decide to increase the values of these ones, 115, and I save it, and I decide to refresh the page. You see that? So the more you increase the concentration of the red, the more light, the more brighter the color seems to be. But the point here is, if you don't know the RGB colors, you can guess each of the values and then find something that suits your taste. But if you know the RGB values that should be used to represent, then you can go ahead to use them. So definitely, yes, you can guess the values, and then it's of no use because you can simply go online, look for the color you want, then just mix the values, maybe from what you see online. So Moditesi, I hope that really solves the issue. So like I said, today I'll be looking at pictures, and that wouldn't take time at all. So the first thing I want us to understand is, when you're working with a picture, so you need to know where the picture is in your system, on your computer. You need to know exactly where your picture is first, and secondly, you need to know the name of your picture. You can't have a picture without knowing the name of the picture. Then thirdly, you need to know the extension of that particular picture. Is it a JPEG? Is it a PNG, or other kinds of extension? Okay, so first I'm going to show you how you can find out the extension of a particular picture. Instead of doing tests and errors, you can just go ahead and look for the picture. For instance, we want to use this picture that says download. Alright, I want to work with this picture, download. So you can click on the picture, then you right click on the picture, and then you can go down to properties. Now from your properties you see what is it, type of file. So beside your type of file you have something called jpg file.jpg. so it means that the name, the extension of this picture is .jpg. so if I'm going to name this picture, it's no longer going to be download per se, but it's going to be download.jpg. This is going to be the name of the picture. But like I said, secondly, you need to know where the picture is located, and this is the location of the picture in my desktop. Okay, so let's go back to our code. So the next thing you need to consider while trying to work with pictures, where am I working? Where is this file saved? This is my HTML work. Where is it saved? It is saved on my desktop with the name colors.html, right? So because it is saved on my desktop and the picture is also in my desktop, I don't really need to do much work of trying to transfer the picture, stuff like that. So but if the picture was not on my desktop, for instance, and my file is saved in my desktop, I need to bring the picture to my desktop. But even if my file was not saved on my desktop, maybe this was saved in a different location entirely. For instance, let's assume I go to save as, and then instead of going to save it in the desktop, I go to maybe libraries, and maybe I go to documents, and then I click save. So now the location has been changed from desktop to document.html, the colors.html, right? I hope you guys can see this. So because the value has changed, now if I'm trying, okay, watch what this is going to do. So if I'm trying to make my picture value, so the first thing I have when I'm working with a picture is something called img, which represents image, and the next thing is src, which represents source. Where is the source of the picture coming from? Where is its location? So I'm going to try to specify the location of that picture. So I'm going to do equal to sign, normal colon, I mean quotes. Then I'm going to write the name of the picture, downloads, we saw jpg.jpg. So the name is download.jpg. So this is how to specify a picture path. But if I refresh this on my page, if I try to run this on my page, it's not going to display any picture. So I have like maybe a default export pin or something, but there's no picture. The picture I typed is not there. So what am I supposed to do? Okay, so what you should do in this case is this. Where did you save your document, or maybe your code? Where did you save it? My own is saved in documents, right? Okay, that's where I'm working right now. So but where is the picture I want to display? It's on my desktop right here. So all I'm going to do is to right click on the picture, copy the picture. Now I'm going to go back to my document, libraries, documents, okay, then this is the color. This is the program I'm working with. So I'm going to paste the picture right where this is. So I'm going to paste it. Yeah, and then you see the picture is in the same location as my file, right? So I'm going to go back to my browser. Going to go back there. So I'm going to refresh to see the picture. Boom, and this is the picture. It comes out. right? Yeah. So this is simply how you add a picture. So I'm trying to save you the stress of there are different ways you can do this, but I'm trying to save you the stress of just going ahead and then maybe putting C slash, maybe something like C, maybe column slash user slash desktop. This is very tedious, and you won't want to do this always and all the time. So just pick the picture, put it on the same location where you are running your program, and then boom, run the code, and it's going to display your picture. I think this is all you need to know about pictures. So if there's any other thing that you want to understand in adding pictures and things like that, I will be interested to tell you more. So the next thing I want us to see is this. Okay, so you have your picture displayed on the page, but you see the picture is by the top left corner of your page, right? So there's a way you can shift this to the center of the page, and there's a way you can increase the size of the picture, reduce the size of the picture. So the first thing I want you to understand, first and foremost, you should go back to the picture, right click on, okay, before then, to go back to the picture, in the code, I can decide to increase the size of my picture. First, I'll define the width of my picture, the width, and the width is equal to column, maybe 400 px represent pixels, so 400 pixels. So if I go back to refresh this, you're going to see the change. It's going to increase in size, right? But it's no longer clear as it used to be. Then I can also specify the height. The height is equal to maybe 600 pixels. So refresh. Yeah, that happens. If you look very close at the picture, you find out that it's a bit it's not clear. It's not clear at all. So the reason is this: I'm stretching this picture beyond its capacity, because if you look at the picture size or its dimensions, you're going to see, going to the properties and going to details, you will see the picture width is 175, and then the picture height is 125 pixels. So if I leave it at 175 and 125 pixels, you're going to see the picture appear very clear. And then if I reduce it below its size of capacity, it's going to still be clear. But when I extend it or stretch it beyond its pixels or the height or the width, you find out that the picture is too stretched, that you cannot see it too very clearly. So you can always adjust your sizes if you want. It's your choice. Maybe 24 or 29. You can always change this if you want. Maybe 46. Okay, so like I say, you're working with pixels, so they're really tiny. So you can always increase the height to your taste, but I prefer leaving it at maybe 145, and then maybe 175. I think this would be nice. So I refresh, and you see it. Everything is nice and well distributed. So the next thing you might want to know about picture is something we call title. You might decide to use title in your picture, and you're going to equal to so maybe anytime I click on the picture, anytime I touch the hover over the picture or around the picture, I want a text to display onto this to the screen. So when I specify title, I'm also specifying the text I want to display on the screen anytime I hover around the picture. So the text I want is maybe pay your bills, and then save this. as simple as that is. Then you refresh. So refresh. So before I refresh, I'll hover my mouse on this picture and no text appeared. So let me refresh. Okay, so let me do that now. So observe clearly. Okay, and then the text appears which says pay your bills, right? So do that again, pay your bills. Do that again, pay your bills. If I can touch anywhere in the picture, it's going to display the text pay your bill. And then to see the picture, to see it again, I have to really kind of touch the come out and go back, pay your bills. So every next thing you might want to understand about pictures is this. Now, to align this picture to the center, now remember your P tag. If you try to align this to the center, you can't do it from here. Okay, align. You can't do it from there. So show you. Equal to center. Okay, so let's refresh and see what happens. So right now it cannot move to the center. The reason is you don't specify this attribute right here. To specify that, you have to kind of use maybe a tricky way of doing that. So you specify a P tag, and then you can now use the align equal to maybe or you can just do this, open P tag, close the P tag for the paragraph tag. So this is open and it's closed at the edge. So within the P tag, you can now specify your align text, go to, and then center. So now you can go ahead to refresh, and then it moves to the center. So this is how you can do that, and it's really awesome. So is there any other thing to do? Yours moves to the center. You can also move it, align it to the right or to the left. For now, I think that's all you need to know about pictures. So just watch the next tutorial when we talk about tables. So remain a shout out to you guys again, members of the coding club, and thank you for the comment which I've seen. And I hope this really helped you, and then you can tune up for my next tutorial. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful weekend.